Alright guys, welcome back. This is part 2 of building 12 apps in 12 months. And in this video, we're going to be building the third app of the year and also showing you guys the second app that I've already published. So this is going to be a crazy video. I'm not even going to lie, because we're going to show you exactly what to do if you want to build your very own iPhone app without knowing how to code, only by using Claude Code. And then to make things more interesting, we're going to be publishing the whole thing tomorrow in less than 24 hours after we start. And I'm even going to show you how to build a single prompt that's going to take care of the whole prototype for you so that you have a working prototype after only one prompt. If you guys are interested in building your own apps and you don't know how to code, this is the video for you, because I'm literally going to show you the whole thing from start to finish and show you how to get it done the easy way so that you're not just grinding, going back and forth between you and Claude trying to get the perfect prototype. Let's see what time it is right now. It is Sunday, March 15th at 3:31 p.m. Let's get started. Alright, so before we get into the tutorial, I want to basically show you that I know what I'm talking about, because otherwise what's the point of even listening to me? So let me show you the app that I just finished publishing last week. It is called Goal Bar, and so what it is it's basically a home for your goals. So this is what the home screen looks like, and then you can have goals that are, reflective of what you're working on. If you want to add a new goal, you can say, go here, type metric. Let's change this to one of the health goals, for example. This one. And let's say we're trying to lose 10 pounds. Boom. We'll just set the target as 10. We'll go into the health category. You can put a deadline or a reminder if you want, just basically to check in. But either way, there it is. Updating the progress is super easy. Just hit update. You can add +1 +1 +1, save it, and say we're at 3 pounds lost. So you can also have goals like binary goals, like yes or no, manual goals if it's just something that's a little bit more arbitrary. But that's the app. It's currently free on the iPhone App Store. So if you're looking to track your goals a little bit better, definitely feel free to check it out. I'm gonna leave a link to the description, a link to the app in the description below so that you can check it out. Like I said, it's currently free, no upsells yet. So if you want to get it lifetime access for free, all you have to do is download it now before I put a paywall on it. That's not the point of this video. The point of the video is to show you how to build your own iPhone app so that you can bring your own ideas to life, and that's what we need to start working on. So let's get started. But great, let's open up Claude. I'll get my face over here in this corner here. So basically what I did is I told Claude that I'm looking to build a net worth app, and then it gave me a new prompt. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this new prompt, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like, and we'll just paste it right here. And if you don't have a prompt like this, or maybe you're wondering how you even get this far, you can basically just ramble off and start from scratch. So what I'm going to do here is I use something called Whisper. That's what this little thing is right here. It allows me to basically verbally say stuff to Claude or whatever program I'm using, and it'll basically transcribe that. So let's do that to start off with. I'm creating an iOS app designed to help people track their net worth. Basically what I'm trying to do is have a net worth app on iPhone where people can update their net worth at whatever kind of interval they want, and it basically updates with aesthetic charts, allowing them to see a breakdown of their various accounts, whether that be cash, savings, investment accounts, checking accounts, possibly even property, crypto accounts, and maybe even like a business valuation. I also want people to be able to export their data if they so choose, and I want them to have different charts available. I think we should support different multiple currencies, and I also want to support multiple languages right off the jump. So I'm thinking we need to use localizable strings, and we need to basically build that from the get-go in the app. I've already published an app on Xcode before, so I have a basic understanding of this, but I basically want you to help me with the PRD, the project requirements document for this app. So to start off, can you start by asking me some questions so that we can iron out exactly what we're trying to build? And then basically it gave me a full transcript of that. You don't need to use that, you can just type it out, but we want to save some time here. Yeah, so here Claude is going to give us a thing. And what I'm also thinking for the app is basically no bank sync, because that's kind of, local only or iCloud sync only. Yeah, let's do that. I'm thinking manual entry. Yeah, manual entry or could be spreadsheet import, but I'm thinking manual entry. People usually don't have that much stuff for their net worth. It's like 5 or 6 accounts. Let's go free first, freemium later. Let's go net worth over time for sure. Yes, 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 and yes. Great. So all of this is going to give us basically a PRD, and then I'm going to show you what exactly to do with the PRD after this. Let's go English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so I basically want people to be able to create their own categories so that you can actually see the different debt or income, for example. I think iOS 17 Plus sounds good. So it is going to basically give us a document, and then we're going to use this document as the foundation for the app. And you can do this without the PRD, but I've built one or two apps before, and the PRD just makes it so much easier, so it's definitely not something we want to skip past. Okay, in the meantime, let's go through some other apps and kind of steal concepts that we like from them a little bit. I would say we want it to more look like Wealth Simple or something like that. Something similar to this. Yeah, so let's just screenshot this. Let's screenshot this. Let's go back out. Let's see if there's any other apps that are worth checking out. Pivot Money. This one looks interesting. We can put this, and basically we're going to feed these the Claude code as inspiration. And again, this isn't 100% necessary. It just helps with calibrating Claude to get exactly what you're looking for. But great. So Claude is saying that they have a net worth PRD. I don't like this as a docx file, so we're going to get at Claude to basically turn that into a markdown file. Why are we doing this? Let's just type. Please turn this into a markdown file artifact. Yeah, so it's going to basically turn this to a markdown file, which is just kind of like a doc file if it was written in code. It's just a little bit easier to digest for Claude, in my opinion. If you prefer the doc file, you can, but we're going markdown files in every chance that we can. So while that's working there, what we're going to do is we're going to open up Claude in the folder. So basically here is Claude code. We don't have time to show you how to get Claude. This is just terminal actually. But basically what you want to do is type in CD on Mac. If it's Windows, you're probably going to have to figure that out a little bit more. But on Mac, this is what it looks like. I'm just going to copy as path name. That way I know exactly where the folder is, and we can pass that on to the terminal. CD this, and then you can see that we're opening this folder. Now we're working inside of that folder. I'm going to hit Claude. Then there you see Claude. This is Claude code. You can see that I'm on the paid plan. You do need a paid plan to get all this done, to work with Claude code, but that should all be pretty straightforward. Let's get my face back in here. Where's my face at? There we go. So next I'm going to say, we're building an iPhone app here, and so we need the basic architecture for an iPhone app without leading into any personalization yet. So please build out the basic files that we'll need, and we can just leave them as placeholders for now. So there you go. You can see that this is exactly what we're doing here. We'll just hit enter, and then it's going to go into this folder and basically create the files that we need. And so just so you guys get like a visual idea of what's doing there, over time we'll see files pop up here, and then those files will basically allow us to open the project in Xcode, which is where you actually need to build all these apps. First, Claude code always asks for permission at the beginning. We're just going to say, don't worry about it, just keep building. See, it wants to create all these files. Yes, allow all edits. I didn't find too much that I wanted in here, so we can go ahead and close that. Next up, we have this net worth PRD. So what we're going to do is basically download, no, we're going to not download, we want to copy it. And then inside of this app, we want to create a file. I don't really know how to create a markdown file, to be honest. Let me just grab one. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so what we're gonna do right here is we're basically just gonna go to download. Download it as a markdown file. It'll drop it into downloads. We'll just drag that to where it needs to go. New Finder, open the folder here, which was Net Worth Tracker app. And then here we can see all the Swift files are going in here, but we can just drop that into the root of the folder. Net Worth PRD right there. We're going to cycle back over to Claude, and then we're going to say, now help me break down the PRD into different stages of the build. So we basically want to have maybe 5 to 10 different stages for us to go from 0 all the way to the PRD. And then put them on the PRD. Because right now, this is basically telling us exactly what we want to have in the app at first. But this is a lot to go through, and we are not just gonna be able to give Claude this giant thing, and it's gonna start tripping up if we give it like a super complicated thing to do. So what we wanna do is basically break this down into steps that Claude Code can then execute on and have more success. We might wanna double check it real quick actually as well. Product goals, success metrics, features, account categories, custom subcategories, that's good. Currencies, account icons, yeah, that's good. Notes, archive, editable entries. Okay, so it gave us 8 steps. Let's just go down to the bottom. It's probably down here. Yeah, it gave us 8 steps. So we're pretty close now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit copy, because I don't like to work in co-work. You can work in co-work if you want to, but it's not what I like to do. I'm gonna basically open the markdown file. I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom. I'm gonna highlight all of it, and then replace it with the new version. So now this new version has the stages at the bottom here. We're just gonna save it, close it, and then basically what we have there is a markdown file with a complete set of instructions ready to go. So now let's go back into Claude Code and see. Okay, so Claude did open up all these files for us. We now have all the files that we need to get started. If you go into here, you can check out everything is there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go say, I added a PRD file to the folder. Please read it and follow the instructions for the stages. Start with stage 1. When complete, move to stage 2 until all of the coding is complete and the build compiles. Now this is a very big task. The prompt is not very big, but because we gave it this giant PRD file in the folder, it is going to take a long time to actually action all of this step by step. So what I'm going to do is basically turn on plan mode. What you want to do for that is just Shift plus Tab, and then you can go between it. I'm going to turn on plan mode. And then basically what plan mode does is it gives Claude a chance to ask 1 or 2 questions before it starts, and then it kind of understands what exactly, like it basically thinks a little bit more before it just starts doing stuff. So yeah, you can see that Claude is thinking, it's thinking, it's thinking. We're going to give it a second to think, and then Yeah, so now it's understanding the product structure. Looks like it's just going to get right into it. It doesn't even need to ask any questions. So great. Okay, let's just add all edits during the session. All right, so Claude is just going to go off into the corner and just start building that pretty much the whole time for like another 20 minutes probably. In the meantime, let's think about an app name because I don't even have an app name yet. So let's go, we need some app name ideas. Please generate me 30. Holy shit, what time is it? Oh my god, it's 11:30 and I've been building this app for 7 hours now. Jesus Christ. Yeah, anyways, I have been building this app for 7 hours now. It's now 11:30 and I started at 4:30 or 4 p.m. But I've been staring at my laptop for like maybe 9 hours or 8.5 hours, something like that. So I'm eager to get this done. But the good news is that we're pretty much ready to launch. I mean, I don't think there's anything else that I can do to improve this app. There's a couple small tweaks, like you'll see that the light mode just needs a few changes on the onboarding flow, but it looks awesome, guys. So come check this out with me. So let's get into the laptop here. So this is the simulator. Obviously we don't have a logo yet, but that's gonna be done in the morning, just because it's already a late night. So you open the app, here's what it looks like, you know, right into a nice dark theme. Like I said, this needs to change, but overall, the rest of the light mode changes. It's just that one part that doesn't look good. So we'll proceed in dark mode. Here's where you can choose your currency. So for example, like if you're from America, you probably want to do your stuff in USD, but we also accommodate euros, Great British pounds, whatever currency that you normally want to deal with. You can choose that. So here you can add your bank accounts. This is all part of the onboarding flow just to help you get started. So if you have like 2 or 3 checking accounts, 2 or 3 savings accounts, maybe you have cash, but you have, Mexican pesos from your trip, and then you also have USD and a little bit of Canadian, you can add multiple currencies and then just customize those later on. You can also add your brokerage accounts and your basically your investments. So I wanted this to be pretty much universal. So whether you have like a 401k or you're Canadian and you have an RRSP, or you're from wherever else, it's pretty much just a catch-all here for investment accounts. And like I said, you can add as many of them as you want, so that way you're not struggling. And then you can add your crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever other cryptos you want, or you can just put it as one big portfolio as kind of a catch-all. And then you can also put your property in here. This one gets a little bit different because you're probably not going to get valuations on your properties all the time, but those can remain constant. So for example, you can even put your business in here. So if you have a business and it would be valued at $100,000, you can just account for that in your net worth here. Same thing with your vehicles, your vacation properties, even collectibles and art, but that's going to be a little bit more subjective, so I'm just leaving that up to the users. Same thing with liabilities, you can add as many of them as you want. So if you have 4 or 5 different credit cards, you can put all those in here, student loans, line of credits, whatever you have, even if it's at a $0 balance, you pretty much want to have that in here in case the balance increases later on. And again, you can add other debt. So here's what it looks like on the app when you actually have all of your accounts. You'll be able to see your accounts down here. The credit accounts are in red here, meaning that you owe money. And then you can choose, what time frame you want to see the net worth for. It would last 3 months, and then it changes the chart. Over here you have the accounts section. So like I said, these are all the categories here that you just saw on the onboarding screen. And then you can choose basically items in those categories, and you can have them be in different currencies. For example, this one is a Canadian bank account. So it says $15,000 in Canadian currencies, and we actually built in a currency changer here using a free API that I found online. So these are the rates that it's pulling in automatically, and then you can even refresh it at the bottom here. It's pulling those from the European Central Bank, so it might be a little bit different than what you see in Google, but it still works pretty much just the same, and it's nearly identical. And then basically, if you have other accounts in different currencies here, it's going to translate those into American dollars and then you'll see American dollars be reflected here, or whatever your base currency is. Your other accounts in different currencies will be translated back into your base currency. So that's all pretty cool. You can always update your currency or update your accounts here, update the currency, update the icons, add a little note, whatever you want to do. And then you can of course see the history of those changes down there. There is of course a charts section if you want to see your income or your net worth for different periods of time, bar charts, even a donut chart if you want to see how it looks on a pie chart basically. Here's where you manage your goals. So I have a goal of hitting 100K by age 30, but the data in here is already set at $1 million, or sorry, $500,000 is my net worth. So I just set it as $1 million, but you can of course change that and then see the progress over time. Lastly is the settings. So here, like I said, you can change your currency into whatever currency you want to work with. We have dozens of currencies in here. You can also change the language. So I built in 4 different languages here. All of these will just reflect in the app. I don't think this is hooked up fully yet, but if you go down here, I added some developer tools, and one of them is language. So let's just change this to Spanish. It makes you close the app because it needs to fully reset. But now when we're in here, patrimonio neto, cuentas, criptomonedas, so it leaves all of the accounts in the same language, but it changes all the categories and all the other stuff in the app. So linea, barras, all of this other stuff is now in Spanish, but except for the account names basically. So that's pretty cool. And then just showing you guys some other stuff here. One cool thing is that you can actually add developer settings. And then these just really help you with showing off the app and kind of getting accustomed to it. For example, like a generate blank money, or sorry, let me just change this back to English so that you guys can see actually what I'm doing here. We'll just close it again. But yeah, like I was saying, I didn't want to show this app with 0 accounts in there, so I click generate sample data, and then it will just create a bunch of new random data. And then you can see that in the accounts, so all of a sudden we're at 1 million. So that's pretty cool. I also put a delete $0 account balances, because if I add new accounts in the onboarding flow by resetting the onboarding, all of a sudden have all these $0 account balances. And if I don't want those there, I can just delete them all with one big swoop. Let's just add 5 savings accounts, for example. And then now you'll see all these savings accounts, but those can be annoying, so you can always just click this 7 times and then delete those $0 balances. And that's pretty much the app at the moment. So as you can see, it's pretty far along for just being 7 hours of building time. I mean, it's not perfect, but we're getting pretty close to something that I think people would really find some value in. So I'm gonna chill out for a little bit, get some sleep, and then wake up and then power through the rest of this. And the goal is to get it live on the App Store. Sorry, not live, but you have to submit it for approval. But the goal is to submit it by approval in the afternoon tomorrow by about 3 p.m., 4 p.m. at the latest. And that way it is a 24-hour build from the time that I started the project to the time that it goes live. Okay, so with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. What's up, guys? So it's now the morning and it is a beautiful rainy day here in Asuncion. Absolutely perfect to sit inside in front of your computer all day and just finish this fucking app. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do, and then I can get on with my actual day job. But yeah, let me just spin this around real quick. Hard to see it exactly, but just super rainy and gray out there. So let's just try to finish this up and go through the submission here. Alright guys, the challenge is officially coming to an end. I have built the entire app and I'm ready to show it off to you guys. It pretty much looks the same as before, but let me just show you exactly what we got. And to be honest, it is completely thunderstorming out there. And I feel like that's just setting the tone here, like I created like Frankenstein's monster or something. Also, it has been 26 and a half hours since I started the challenge. So it wasn't exactly 24 hours, but honestly pretty close. And I'm sure I could probably get faster next time. So let me just flip around the camera. So this is the App Store listing. It is commas, : net worth tracker. And honestly, I also put 3 or 4 different languages. So I have the English version, the French version, Portuguese, and Spanish. And then each of those different versions has a whole different app store listing. The app is completely in Spanish for those versions, obviously. And then I also did screenshots in all of those different languages, just so that it's completely localized to the different markets that I'm submitting it to. For now, I am gonna leave it just as free, just so that I can get some reviews and see if people have any feedback for me. I also threw together a website here for the app. It is at getcommas.app, that's the domain name. And yeah, I basically just duplicated a different app that I had, Goldbar's website, and then just customized it for commas. So this website is completely live as well. That part was easy. I just, did a big Claude code prompt as well and just told it to change everything out. And it pretty much got it all done in 2 or 3 prompts, and then I just had to swap in the logo and everything. I made the logo with ChatGPT, same thing you'll see right here. So yeah, this is ready to go, and we will add it for review. Boom! And that's it, guys. That's the end of the challenge. I am so tired of doing this. I mean, I still have to do my day job, to be honest. And it's like 7 p.m. already here in Paraguay, so I'm a little bit gassed out, but we got an app live in 26 hours, which is crazy. I pretty much just had an idea before that, didn't even have a single line of code written, and now we have a full-on, honestly an app that probably competes with the best net worth tracking apps on the App Store, so pretty excited about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you want to check out the app, it'll probably be live by the time this video goes up, or by the time that you're watching it at least, so I'll make sure to throw a link in the description below so that you can check it out and download it while it's still free. But other than that, guys, if you're interested in learning how to build your own apps or launch your own online businesses, make sure to follow along. I'm building 12 online businesses this year. I know that this one is still free, but that's just so you guys can get it while it's still early on, and then later on we'll slap a little paywall on there. So make sure to hit subscribe. We'll see you in the next one, and don't be afraid to hit a like. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Anyways, see you in the next one, guys. Take care.